everyone, welcome to Wildcats World, and I am a really big fan of The Sims 4. It is a game that I really like to play, something I really like a lot. Although, when I found out you could have hamsters in The Sims 4, I was like, yes, I'm buying this right here, right now. I need to get those hamsters. Yes. And obviously, I bought that pack right on the spot, so here we are. Hamster. Hamster, hamster, hamster. Hamsters are awesome. I love them. It's great. I am a hamster lady. Hamsters are my whole thing. Love them. Although I did notice that there were a few questionable things that happened when you did have hamsters. And I thought, since I know so much about hamster care, and I really like teaching people about it, I thought I would review The Sims 4 hamster care. So first, let's start straight off the bat with the cage. Cages, the number one most important thing that I like. That's the thing. Every single person that gets a hamster always mess up on the cage because it is usually too small. 450 square inches is the bare minimum, and often many people forget that. Usually they buy little tiny cages that you get from stores, so yeah. But this cage here, I'm not going to lie, I have to be completely honest. This cage is amazing. I love like this. It looks like the little hamster store cages that they buy, except it's big. So if we assume that the sim is the size of a normal person because this is an adult sim, so, well, young adult, but it's only a little bit smaller than an adult in The Sims. So if we are assuming that this is a full-grown person, and this is the hamster cage, she could fit inside of this cage. Like, if she scrunched up her legs, she could just sit in there, and that would be perfect. It's a great cage. It's really big. Although one thing I do notice is that there are little holes in here. I don't know if those are holes. They might be. They might not be. But if they are holes, then that is really dangerous for the hamster because they will get their limbs stuck in there. So that's not very good. But this cage is fun. It looks really nice. It looks really nice. It's got all the tubes. It looks like those fun tiny cages that aren't good for hamsters, except it's good for hamsters. I like the little food thing they have, although I should probably be filling their food. Yeah, it's amazing. They do not have water in there, which is unfortunate because I do think hamsters need water, but Sims can't die of thirst or dehydration in this, so I think that that's okay. Just assuming that this is in the Sim world and they don't need water because they do need water, but yeah. This is a sand bath right here. The thing that is rolling around it, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. The hamsters need a sand bath, and that is so great. Sand bath. Sand bath, sand bath, sand bath. I cannot stress how many people forget to add sand baths to their hamsters' enclosures because sand baths are really important. Hamsters should not be bathed in water. They can go into shock and die, or there is also the possibility that they'll just get really nervous. And it freaks them out. It doesn't do any good because they can't bathe in water. They need to bathe in sand. So, yeah. The wheel looks actually really nice. It's a really nice wheel. It looks big enough for the hamster, just assuming that yeah. It looks big enough for the hamster. It's really great. Cage, awesome. It looks beautiful. I love the little thing it's on. Great. Next up, we are going to focus more on the interactions, at least how like the Sims care for it. You do need to feed them. That's good. You do need to clean their cage. That's good. Hamsters should be fed. They should have their cage cleaned. A messy cage is super annoying for a hamster. Hamsters are really clean animals and they do not like messy areas. So if you go to the interactions that you can do with them, you can play with them. That's great. You can observe them. Although one thing I really want to focus on is releasing them. You do not want to release them into the wild. Releasing a hamster into the wild is basically sentencing it to death. It cannot survive. It cannot survive in the wild. Predators will come after it. If for some reason predators don't come after it and the hamster is just really lucky, they will probably die from hunger or dehydration. So that is not very good. Actually, while I'm at it, I need to just show you. Why is there a hamster rug? It looks like it's like the dead skin of a hamster, although it doesn't look nearly as bad as this dog bed. It's you want a dog to sleep on the skin of what looks like a corpse of another dog? Yeah, that that's kind of freaks me out. That's like a pet's worst nightmare. Next, we are going to focus more on the interactions that the Sims can do for hamsters. Also, purchasing a rodent would not usually be $300, more like $20 at the most. So you don't usually have to worry about that. You can yell at them, you can talk to them, you can call them names, you can ask about rodents, and you can ask about their day. First off, a hamster would not be able to tell you about their day. They would not be able to tell you stuff about rodents. So, yeah, I don't know how realistic this is, but hey, it's The Sims, whatever. You can yell at them. You don't want to yell at hamsters. That's not good. Hamsters don't know what you're telling them. They're kind of dumb. They don't know what you're telling them. You're just being really mean. And you can talk to them. And talking to hamsters is actually really nice. When you bring a hamster home, you usually want to talk to hamsters before you start handling them. When you bring them home, you want to let them walk around their enclosure. By day 2, you want to start talking to them and then do like that for like a week, well, maybe like 5 days. And then once you're done with that, you can start handling them and picking them up. And if you yell at them, like they don't know what you're doing, it's just going to what? Okay. You guys see that? She was just talking about dead hamsters to it. Let's see if we can do that again. Yell at them. Okay, that's just mean. Like, the hamster doesn't know what's going on. You're just being mean. You can observe it. That's nice. You can play with it. Let me show you this. So she takes it out of its enclosure. She holds it up, raises it high. That's really dangerous, by the way. She's just hopping it. She's like throwing it in the air a little bit and then holding it back down. That's dangerous. And see, she cuddles with it. That's all fine and dandy. Then she puts it back. You can observe them. That's so cute. You just watch them, although this is not natural behavior for a hamster. They will not want to be like that. Oh, wait. Wait a moment. Wait one moment. Did I not? Okay, I forgot to mention this. I said their cage was good. The size of the enclosure is good. All the stuff in it is good, except there's no bedding. And I mean, of course there's no bedding. There's holes in the cage. Okay, that's horrible. No bedding. Hamsters should be sleeping right now in their bedding. They have a little bit of bedding right up here, but not enough to actually engulf themselves. And I've seen them go up there into those things, like their little hideout. And when they go there, they sleep. Not under the bedding, but on top of the bedding. Hamsters need bedding all throughout their enclosure. That's how could I forget to mention that? How could I forget that? I don't know. So I know this video is kind of short. I don't actually have that many things to talk about, but they did mostly good things. But the main things I'm going to tell you at the end that are bad is the fact that the hamster has no bedding. They need bedding. That's 100%. The fact that they have no water, but I'm not really going to count that because all Sims don't really have water. And the other thing that is really bad is that the Sim, you can release it. You don't want to release a hamster into the wild. That is really bad. It's really bad. Do not release hamsters into the wild. That is not safe for the animal. They will not like it at all. So yeah, those are the 2-ish, 3-ish, if you count the water things that are bad. But mostly they actually have pretty good care. I really like how it's like, it's not a barred cage, but I like how it's like kind of like a tank. It's really cool. It's got the little tubes up here. Great. Love it. There it goes down the tubes. Oh, it's so cute. I love it so much. There it goes, rolling in its sand bath, just like hamsters would do. Although I do find the hamsters are kind of scary, just wiggling around their legs in the air. Yeah, that's because they have no teeth. Normal hamsters have teeth, but whatever. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now we're checking out from Wildcats World.